see is 2 medics and a lot of soldier sniper, or soldier demo and heavy.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, tonight we're playing King of the Hill. It's going to be 2 20-minute matches, just like normal. The winner of each match will be whoever has the most full cap-outs of that center point when the time expires. If cap-outs are tied at the end of 20 minutes, we're going to restart the map. We'll do a sudden death overtime. It'll be 9v9, but no engineers. Whoever gets that very first cap-out in overtime takes the match. Anybody got any questions? Enter. Domer, any questions from your side?
All right, I feel good.
Teams look like they're almost ready to go, as you heard Flash just
All right,
going
guys,
over the rules.
Whenever y'all are ready, go ahead and ready up, and we'll get this thing underway. Good luck and have fun.
Just to repeat what he said, of course there are no ties this year. However, if there is a tie in full cap-outs after regulation ends, there will be a golden cap overtime where a match will be restarted, 9v9, no engineers, and the first full cap of the point will win. It's the first cap-out.
I'm really, I hate to say, I really want to see one of those. It's going to be really exciting to see one.
It will be a hell of a fight if that comes up, that's for sure.
I'm going to root for a tie to be seen at some point tonight.
Well, with 6 matches to choose from, it's not unlikely that we may see that. A map like this is a little more even than some of the other types of maps we've seen in terms of opportunities for both teams to get scores. This isn't a map where a single strat is going to do you for the entire time, like we saw some of last week where every single match was a shutout, which happens on Badlands very frequently historically. But this is one where whichever team can get in the center, can hold the center, is going to get the win.
No, absolutely. In the 5 CP style maps, you need to be to get a full cap out. You need to be in control and doing well for several 6, 7, 8 minutes. Unless you're really dominating. Here, all you got to do is hold it for 3 minutes, and you're good. So we've seen swings like that all the time. I think we'll see fewer shutouts this match.
I concur. I think we're in for some definite back and forth action, some definite high-scoring games a possibility. Previous years in our King of the Hill matches, I believe we had Harvest last year. We definitely saw that back and forth, both teams getting lots of points, very, very little in the way of shutouts.
Yep. I think the key here is going to be communication and awareness. I hope a lot of teams are pressing that tab button or whatever their scoreboard key is, or realizing what position they're in. If they're up, that they know that they're going to push hard and try to take control. If they're down, that they regroup. Team that does better at that, I think, is going to win these matches tonight.
We see Suit Nazi for time is the first to touch the point. He is, of course, a scout. He is not on the point anymore. Point's just about to become available. Point is now available, and first on is actually going to be Red Soldier, McLovin. He goes down to Blunt Spoon.
Yep, and early on, 32X has lost 4 players right off the gate. They're going to probably lose the first cap here, not this cap out.
Time also getting a mini-sentry up. Mini-sentry covering center point. Of course, I think
they're going to take control of this map.
Sure looks like they are, and in King of the Hill, that's huge.
Correct. The time's going to start, so now
Wedge and the Sentry teaming up for a quick kill on Gearbox, the engineer. They are now moving forward to press their advantage and try and keep 32X, the add-ons, from getting back to that center. Ooh, just saw Dubop go down.
Interestingly, Blunt Spoon seems to not be noticed by a significant portion of 32X when they came out there.
Wedge gets fragged by Domer after trying to do some quick close-range shots. As last week, Buzzy Beetle was saying, keeping track of those player advantages is so critical to these sorts of games.
Absolutely. It's going to be the key. I think watching that tonight will tell you who's doing well. It's what they're doing when they have a big advantage in terms of score numbers, in terms of players up.
We just saw Video deploy his Kritzkrieg on Umadbra as they push with their heavy back to the center, and it looks like 32X may have a chance to get it. It's very close. They do have it.
Yep, now the clock starts for Red.
It's a minute 51 left on the clock for time.
But Red is down players. I think Blue is going to have a good chance to try to get a cap back here and keep that cap time to a minute.
Agreed. Blunt Spoon there cleaning off Kobe Bryant, and they have command again. 2:43 remaining for 32X. That's an Uber deployed there by time. Blunt Spoon and, Inner, moving to the upper right side. They have to watch their left.
Sergeant Uber Pancakes has got that crit soldier.
Crit Soldier, of course, and now a Crit Demo with sticky bombs.
Just countered with their own.
Going after the medic, Mateo manages to survive with half his health.
I got a minute and a quarter of time left before a time can score a point here.
A mini-sentry that was in a hidden position there does some damage before Gearbox finds it and destroys it. Has a mini-sentry up of his own. All guns are now down. 60 seconds remain.
The control point is being captured.
And there's what your scout needs to do. Supernasty sneaks up behind, kills the sniper, and distracts the medic from healing.
Girardi,
but I think it was very helpful.
indeed, Girardi there on Umadra, the heavy for 32X. He gets blown up as a result by Gazankt. Yeah, the ability of scouts to get behind and harass important classes is just can't be overstated. That's what those classes are for in this type of game.
Exactly, and it is hard because if you make a mistake, you're going to get mowed down real easily. Sneaking in nicely and being able to do some damage is key.
Inner playing a dangerous game by himself as a medic, running into a needle fight behind enemy lines, but he makes it back out. 10 seconds remain before time gets the first cap.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
There's overtime, and there's the first cap going to time. A strong attack by time.
And you can see the value of keeping your sniper up and in position to take enemy players down. Wedge did a great scoring. Why did he score?
24
24
points. Yeah, Wedge
So-
definitely racking it up, along with Gazankt and Blunt Spoon leading the pack for time.
Right.
Interesting, we see two medics who are in the bottom half of the pack on time. We usually see them nearer the top, like you see on 32X. 32 holding back a little more on the beginning here, trying not to sacrifice lives before the round starts. They managed to take out one of Time's medics before the point's available, and now they are pushing.
Yeah. 32X has taken an early advantage here. Let's see if they can turn that into a cap. We've got to kill the heavy.
Looks like a pretty good opportunity. Only 3 Time players up against 7 on 32X. They have the first control.
Yes. And now what I want to see is, does Time do a good job regrouping, or do they kind of trickle out? Can 32X keep them down for long enough to control the point for the full time? Yeah, Mini-Sentry's staying up for a long time for Time.
Yeah, Mini-Sentry down low in the pit, shooting upwards, keeping 32X from pushing too far forward.
Alert. The control
And
point is
Time
being
now
Nice
on the
push out
point.
there. Though Kobe Bryant does manage to take out Mateo, the medic, which will help.
See Uber going in against Vexen there. Manages to knock him out at the last resistance. Time now has the point, 2:17 left on 32X's clock.
The way this early run has gone, if I were the medics, I would go Chris Krieg or Quick Fix now, and nobody survived people long enough to build up a real Uber charge very often.
That's a good point. I think I've only seen one real Uber thus far in the game. But plenty of
And,
crits.
Note with the change that happened this week to the Quick Fix, there is a little bit of overhealing. Everything is a very viable weapon if the medics are not able to stay alive very long. Oh, great pipe from Gomer taking out Mateo.
And the Time
is
Sentry
only
gun
5
down
up.
as well.
They should be able to get a chance to count. Let's see if they do.
There we see 32X moving a combo onto the point. Both medics now, as long as with a demo and a heavy, they take the point. 2:11 on
Big
Time's
cock.
clock.
I like saying big cock to that. Thompson spamming in, trying to keep their Uber charge from charging.
Full Uber, normal Uber is popped on a heavy. He gets out of range. They turn it back
have to
on.
prove me wrong right away, don't they?
They get it just in time to eliminate the Time heavy and cause some serious damage behind the lines. Wedge down, Inner down, Blunt down. It's now 7 on 4. 32X advantage and on the point.
Right now, looks like 32X has been doing a very good job of keeping time from regrouping here.
Yeah, they've really locked down that ditch on the time side of the center point.
Right, and Domer just had a really nice sort of work here on the right side for 32X. Time tried to wrap around, and Domer got in their face with pipes, pushed them back so they couldn't wrap around.
It's so important to be able to do that, to work as a team and to create those little strategic advantages. Even if you can't get the kill, you can help one of your teammates do so. Kobe taking out Blunt Spoon there.
Yeah, slowing down the team gives your snipers a great chance to take them out.
What I think we're seeing right here is 32X, the entire team in the center working together, whereas Time is attacking piecemeal, one or two at a time from different sides. If they want to get back in here, they need to bring the whole team.
The crit's coming out, gives him a chance here.
UMAD flanks Time,
Nice, great wraparound.
destroys him from behind. Big Culk on the center with a medic. Interesting little move around the back by the engineer to lead off on the cap, and I believe Time is going to take it. 14 seconds left on 32X's clock. With an Uber coming up as well. Engineer versus Heavy. They're going to have to pull out, but the sniper Wedge takes down the Heavy.
There's really, I don't know if I know any player around the Ville who does a better job of being annoying Engie than Big Comp. He just managed to stay alive and drop mini-sentry after mini-sentry. It's really a talented game.
Not something you usually see a medic put an Uber on as an engineer, but sometimes it's worth it, and he's one of those guys who can make it worthwhile.
Absolutely, he did a great job there.
32X moving in, trying to get this back and wrap it up, get another point here. They take the point.
10 seconds to hold is all they need to do to even it up at 1.
They can take down Blunt Spoon, they'll be okay. Blunt moving on to the point.
There's overtime happening if they, there we go.
He's on the point. It hits overtime, but Time is in the process of capping, so of course it's going to stay alive for them, and they take control. They have a minute and a half, but they can't let 32X back on.
No, if 32X caps it all before the time's up, then they will take the point. So, conservative key for Time here.
Kobe snipes Uber. We see a Heavy coming in on the side over there, but he does not have a medic. He's going to be vulnerable.
Our control point has been captured.
We're at the halfway point in the first half. And so far, Time is still holding the point. 1 minute left for them.
They've done a real nice job of cleaning up, reducing the numbers for 32X here.
There are still some red stickies on the point there. See the Heavy notices it takes one of them out. There's another one in the back. But whoever laid those down is probably not able to see them, so can't use them strategically. Oh, one of the medics pops a Kritzkrieg. With 30 seconds remaining, he's going to try and use this to get that desperately needed cap for 32.
This is a good opportunity for 32X here. Oh!
2 medics and a demo on there. They just need to stay alive. They're going to get it. Oh,
Nope.
they're so close. Medic block, and there's the...
enough. Beautiful.
That was a great fight right there, both ways.
Good teamwork on both sides. Really enjoyed watching that match.
Got 8 3/4 left in the half. It is 1-1, Time and 32.
Yep, we will have time to see at least one more, unless the mid-time goes really long.
It's one of the crazy things about King of the Hill is a round can take as little as about 3 minutes and 30 seconds and as much as truly an infinite amount of time, depending on how long it takes to cap the point.
Wedge snipes one of the medics right out
And
the
takes the Heavy down as well.
The point is now available for capture.
Points available, nobody on it.
That's 3 now for Wedge.
Wedge just causing chaos as Time moves in to try and take the first control of the point here.
As long as Wedge is able to sit back unharassed, he's going to do that. He's going to keep 32X's numbers a little lower than the other one.
Wedge rocking 57 personal points so far.
Our alert. The control point is being contested.
But 32X is moving back into the center in force and looks like they're about to take it. And they do. 2:26 on time's clock. Crit's demo, no match for a point blank heavy, but that heavy goes down to the time heavy.
That time is still down numbers. They gotta be careful here and not get Blunt-Spoon killed before they get their other teammates up.
That's true, and Kobe Bryant is on the point, and he takes down Blunt-Spoon.
As much as we're talking about Wedge, Kobe Bryant's having a pretty good game for a sniper by most standards.
You see Inner trying a little psychological warfare using a dueling game against Domer. Domer rejects that, not wanting to be distracted during a comp match.
The control point is being contested.
Crits on the sticky demo. That's causing some damage.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
We got time with a good chance at taking the point here.
Yeah, they got some good pressure. Looks behind them.
Slow them down.
But they need to stand on that point there. Always a danger. And they got the point control, minute 46 to 32. Gazank takes down Kobe in his upper position. That probably saves their heavy there. And Wedge takes down Umadra. That there seems to be one of the favorite build positions for Big Culk. He keeps getting little guns there, and they do some damage.
It's a hard position to take out. There's not a good position for the soldiers or demos to take that out. So it does a lot of annoying work for people who peek around that corner.
Probably pretty hard to do some splash damage on as well.
Exactly, and with the height, it's just the only good place to get is from the opposing ledge. So
you see Time grouping up, all trying to stick together as a team on their left-hand side. Wedge holding the right almost by himself. And there he takes down Kobe Bryant. Gets a domination on him. Obviously a sniper duel going on there.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
It's a Uber deployed up there. Soup and Blunt-Spoon forcing 32X back into their spawn area. Spreading the love both of the exits. They go and take down Gearbox.
Mission ends in
30 seconds, and Time looks like it's kind of dominating so far, holding on to the center. 4 minutes left overall. Crit's heavy coming in for 32X. He is covered in Girardi. If he takes some damage, that'll hurt him pretty fast. He goes down. Girardi probably helped a great deal there, but there are some 32X players on the center. Only 3 alive, but they're in the right place. 2 up, 1. That'll do it.
nice point for Time there.
Time gets the point. Enough time left for 32X to get another point and tie it up here, forcing it into overtime. They'll have to completely come out and dominate, though.
Control point enabled. Going.
32X no doubt knows they need this point. They are coming out strong, trying to get on there. We see almost all of both teams destroyed. Only 7 players total up and alive. Gearbox's sentry there takes down Soup Nazi, but not before he gets a kill of his own, and we see an engineer able to hide because there are so few people alive. He is reversing the cap. That's Big Culk on the point by himself with a pistol. That's a real heads-up play by Big Culk there, because that was an opportunity where the engineer could have just hid, but he saw there was nobody up, so he ran out in the open where he couldn't defend himself because there was nobody to defend against. He was able to do a lot of damage there. Point still has not been captured fully yet. It is completely untouched now and has gone neutral. Time now focusing on the point. Soup Nazi spending time on it. And there's the first cap.
The control point is being contested.
So a minute 38 left. Time takes control. X moving back in the center in numbers. They're going to take the center again. That's 2:39 left on time's clock. 32X now possessing the middle. We've got 1 minute remaining in regulation. See, Inner's almost got an Uber built up fully, however there are two Ubers at 90% over on 32X. If he waits too long to deploy that, he's going to be running into double counter Uber. One of them looks like it's probably a Kritzkrieg. There it is on video. Here comes the Uber against one normal Uber and one Kritz in the hole. Kritz has been deployed on Domer.
The control point is being contested.
30 seconds. 32X does a good job countering there. They maintain control of the center. They have 6 up against 7 over on time. Time has expired on the first half. During the middle of the match, that leaves time in possession,
guys.
2-1
Go ahead
of
and
the
switch
first.
colors now, and then we'll take a brief 5-minute halftime for any substitution or strategy discussions you need to have.
I'm not even winded.
Alrighty guys, we're now at intermission. As we just said there, time taking the first half 2-1 over 32X. Hard-fought matches both ways. Both these teams obviously know what they're doing and really going at it. I don't think there are a lot of notes I could give to either of these teams right now. What we're seeing in both cases is the team that sticks together as a group is the team that's maintaining control. Both teams went through some phases of working together and then all dying and coming out piecemeal, went back and forth, and the game went back and forth to go with it. This is anybody's match. We could definitely see it go either way coming up. Going into the second round here, obviously both teams may be coming out there probably trying very much a similar game plan to what we saw in the first half. It was working for both of them and it was just going back and forth between them. It wasn't a matter of luck. It was definitely a matter of good play and such that were resulting in who got each individual cap, but neither team played badly whatsoever. Those were both well-played matches, very hard-fought, and both teams using similar tactics in order to deprive the enemy of the point and get some numbers on the board for themselves.
Sentry, go. Pow. Stand
on the bloody point, you half-wit!
I agree, and I'm back. Sorry about the little delay there. The big difference I see mainly really was that Time did a better job keeping their sniper open and unharassed, which let him kind of keep them at a constant numbers advantage. I don't know if we'll see 32 exchange anything up and try to put more pressure on Wedge. I know they believe strongly in their strength through the middle approach, so that's the only thing I could see anybody changing up here.
Are we anticipating any class switches, do you think? Or are we going to see pretty much the same class loadout, same everything going on both teams?
I would think we'll see the same. The only possibility would be if they would trade out somebody to a scout or spy to try to do a little more harassment and not just win the middle. They really don't, other than if Cobra gets an opportunist pick, they don't have the ability to kind of sneak in and take a key opposing player down.
Sounds good. Give me one moment. I'm going to try and add a game tag to this, to our stream, so it makes it a little easier to find on mobile apps. One moment. Our tactics in order to deprive the enemy of the point.
The point does nothing. Get on the point, Dummkopf. I am fully charged. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you, Doctor.
Alrighty, all. When we go into the second half here in just a minute or two, I'll make sure to try and hop first person with a couple of our leading players. We see the scoreboard here up live on the screen. Try and hop on with a couple of them, see what's going on behind the scenes, so to speak. Be interesting if video stays as what he's showing right now. Obviously, these things do have a habit of changing, but exactly as Plinko said, there's somebody who may be swapping over to a spy.
It won't surprise me if that is what they do. Video knows how to play the spy harassment game. And that changeover maybe trades out the ability to harass Wedge or get key backstabs on that heavy.
2, 1.
Or the medics.
Here we're with Vexen, Kritzkrieg medic on 32X as he comes out. Let's see what he does.
4, 3.
Yep, and you see the first thing video attempts is backstab Wedge right out the gate.
And then he shoots Johnny Wu-Tang with a revolver as well. Backstabs Wedge and shoots the demo. That's a pretty big ouch from the spy. He goes down in the process.
Yeah.
Vexen now at a 95% on his Kritzkrieg. He's getting ready to deploy.
Soup Nazi took off Black.
Oh, he gets sniped by Wedge with a full crits. He drops the Uber. Inner has a full standard Uber now.
Both Ubers went down for, or both medics went down for 30 seconds.
So important to use those while you can. Inner pops his full Uber in order to help take out a sentry gun that Gearbox had set up.
Secure the control point.
They're not able to do a lot else with it, but they are certainly holding down that left side, and Time now has control of the center.
You can see already there's the changeover. Wedge immediately switches to Razorback, which means he will have less health and less bullet resistance.
And also no Girardi, which he used to reasonable effect last time, as I recall.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Now on board with Wedge. See if we can watch him get a pick or two. Oh, there he goes.
There's one. On a medic.
Takes down Gearbox.
Yep. Time goes way down in players even despite that pick by Wedge.
Just heard a decloak behind him. There it is. Gotta listen for that little decloak sound, and Video gets the revolver kill on Wedge.
Yeah,
When
that's,
the knife doesn't work, just shoot him.
Yes. Snipers are supremely vulnerable to that.
They very much are, and a lot of people don't realize how powerful the revolver is. Does well over 100 damage at point blank range. Video stabs Gazank.
And a backstab on Gazank. So far, this changeover is doing, actually paying dividends for 32x. Video's topping the scoreboard at 10.
He pulls the revolver, but Wedge goes down to Umadbra. And he doesn't have to blow his cover. He's going to take this heavy instead. Oh! Johnny and Blunt Spoon turn just at the right moment.
Mistimed that backstab. Didn't quite get him. That would have been huge if he'd gotten it too.
It sure would have.
Without it, Time is in position to push with 32x, 4 players down, Time fully up.
You wonder if Inner perhaps saw him coming and did a quick call on it, letting the heavy turn around. Any suspicious presence whatsoever, always worth checking when there's a spy on play.
Yeah, I would guess we will see Time start adjusting to knowing that there's a spy dominating them, and they'll be more aware, and maybe we'll see a Video is still able to dominate.
There's a spy decloak. Yep, heard the decloak right behind Inner, whom I'm specking. Back to Wedge. Have to listen for that decloak and just turn instantly when you hear it.
Plant yourself on that darn point, mister.
Yeah, another interesting change with the latest TF2 update. You can no longer use the familiar Fez set just to get the reduced spy cloaks now. You have to choose a particular item to do it. So most players are going to have that extra sound.
The control point is being captured.
Maybe it's just because I have a couple thousand hours as Pyro, but the sound of a spy decloaking is like a siren to me. You just hear that thing anywhere, you gotta be ready. Wedge taking out Kobe Bryant from across the map. Nice little sniper battle going on again between them. Mateo for Time with 90% on his Uber. We see the spy no longer playing. Video has switched to Scout. Mateo deploys his Uber, his crits that is, on Johnny Wu-Tang. Only two 32Xers up for a moment there, with less than a minute for Time.
Yeah, they kind of risked a little bit of the trickle out and get killed for a minute there, letting Time get a lot of cap time.
Mateo having to pull back as both demos from 32X laying some spam. He goes down. Well-placed shot from Domer.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Inner pops an Uber in the middle.
The control point is
Time
being contested.
working him over with Blunt Spoon. Walking backwards straight into there. Oh, Blunt is out of ammunition with an Uber on.
He picked up a little bit there, though.
He picked up a little bit, but Kobe Bryant snipes Inner down.
The control point is being contested.
Dubop's now Ubered on the center point for 32X. And time runs out. With time in the lead. 1-0 for time in the second half.
Ouch.
Nice shot by Wedge on Dubop.
W2X went down to 3 up very quickly there.
Very dangerous to do that before the point is even available. Temptation's there. Yeah, time definitely has control, though they also lost at least 5 players in that scrim. See a spy back in play. Video spying again for 32. He's going to come up probably behind Inner there. Yep, he decloaks. Oh, he stabbed, but it didn't take. You heard the sound of a knife. It didn't do anything. One of those things that just happens to spies sometimes. Very unfortunate.
Absolutely. I think we talked about that in an earlier match.
I believe so. You're right. You pointed it out.
Many legit backstabs or misters. One of the big stabs occur as much as many of us are at spies.
Fact.
Oh, nice
job by Suit
help
Nazi.
finish off Madbron.
There's the right backstab. One spoon goes down. Video takes him and runs right off the point. Video gets hit by a random rocket from Uber.
No, that was not random. That was a nice sniff up on it.
Was that a good sniff out? Okay.
Yeah, he hit him for damage, saw the direction he was going, and shot where he was going. Video didn't alter his position or his direction.
That takes a heads-up play by the soldier there. So hard to do when you're using a weapon that has a long pause between shots.
A little easier now that the dead ringer has changed.
It does make a difference now with the amount of time you can stay cloaked being reduced by the amount of damage you take.
Yes.
Gun being sapped now. Ooh, Black Widow goes down on the point, blown up by Johnny Wu-Tang.
A nice move by Madbron there to take down the crits, demo, and the medic by himself. He used the crates nicely.
There's a lot of death and destruction going on in this match. Both teams just relentless. Time taking back the point. 2:21 on 32's clock. Minute 25 on Time's clock.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Direct hit up there for Vexen.
Heard another attempt at a sap stab. The sap worked, the stab again did not work.
36 does manage to get a half out of that. Relatively even numbers here. Big Uber advantage for time though. Mateo's at 90%.
He is, and both medics over on 32 are down. Well, they're only running one medic. Only one medic for 32.
Comes Video.
The control point is being captured.
They're forced to cloak and get out.
Takes on the engineer.
Inner and Blunt with an opportunity to get him. Looks like they did.
Yeah.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
1 minute left. Time in control of the mid.
I like seeing time try to take the high ground and slow down the push out by 32X. But don't leave your medic hanging.
That's the halfway point for the second round. 35 seconds left for time to get this point. Minute 42 on 32's clock if they can take it back.
Mission ends
Here,
in
Video
30 seconds.
shoots Wedge down with a revolver again. He is lethal with both the revolver and the knife. Tries to get a stab on the medic, isn't quite able to make it.
Control point is being captured.
Definitely gives him a scare. Mateo there with the Kritzkrieg
Control point is being captured.
having to pull back.
Mission ends in
32X all over the
really
map.
needs to cap his. They need to take this point, and they need to hold out for the minute 42 with only 9 minutes to play. If they lose that point, it's going to be really hard for them to come back and get 2 with 8 or so minutes left in the game.
I agree entirely. They do manage at least to make it so there are 5 seconds left on time's clock, so if they lose this, it won't be an instantaneous cap, but as you said, they really just need to hold on.
If they win, this is anybody's game. If they lose it, time is in a very bad position.
32 does have an Uber ready, and it is deployed.
Continuity. There, he has it.
alert. The control point is being captured.
32X is down players. They are
Down players, they're being aggressive
very
there
careful
as
here.
Soup is trying to harass that heavy combo. Black Widow goes down, medic down for 32.
Crits. Demo's out.
The control point is being
Nice work by
captured.
UMAD, brother.
Soup finishes off UMAD. Time dangerous on the mid here.
Yep. 32X has the numbers to contest. Let's see if they will.
They need to group up and all be here in the middle together, because otherwise they might lose this point and not be able to get enough people on it to take it back. 30 seconds though if they can hold it.
Key here, 32X. Players need to stay alive. Do not overextend. Don't do anything stupid.
Stay alive and stay on
You
the
have-
point.
Yeah, right. You have 16 seconds you've got to hold. And cap time does need to run down.
That's an Uber coming in for time. That is going to be brutal. 32 will not have an answer, and they are going to probably take this mid with 5 seconds left on their clock.
Yep. And I don't see it.
Gearbach, the medic keeping it alive. He goes down. Medic
The
doing well.
headshot saved
Time
it there.
snipes him down.
Medic goes down to a headshot. Otherwise, it would have been a different game.
That was a very close fight there at the end. Well played by both teams. Got 7 minutes and 15 seconds left. Gonna give it a
Yeah,
go.
that means you're going to need to see some serious domination from 32X in order to tie this game back up.
They're pretty much going to have
They
to
can't-
cap it the moment it's available and hold it steady all through the match twice.
Correct. They can absolutely do it, but they have only a minute of extra time, which is about it. For the 30-second extras, they're going to need it every second to have a chance here.
4, 3,
They're absolutely capable.
1.
Let's see if it
Especially considering the 30-second clock, I believe it is, for the point to become available. The total extra time they have is something in the neighborhood of 12 seconds.
That said, if they have cap time, they will get an opportunity. Possession at the end of the game, but we'll see.
As we saw in the last one, actually, this is set so that the round will end regardless of if there is time left or not on the cap.
Okay.
So they need to win this one with at least 3:30 on the clock. Which it's already too late to do. Only 6 minutes left in the game.
Yep. Let's hope 32X doesn't figure out that they don't have time to win here, because I want to see some more play.
Exactly, and there is still, of course, points matter, and how many points you have and how many points you give up matter, so it is worth fighting. Even if you can't pull off the eventual win, you need to fight for the points, because those will help. Time right now in possession of the center. I think we're seeing a spy back in action. No, I'm clearly
No,
mistaken.
they're not seeing any spies.
Saw something look like one, but obviously I'm delusional.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Soup Nazi as a scout has been doing some severe damage to the heavies on the opposing team over and over again. So frustrating as a heavy to face off against those quick little scouts, but nothing you can do about the meat shot sometimes.
Yeah, he's trying to sneak in and help his team get those heavies down by sneaking in for 100 extra damage or 150 extra damage. It makes all the difference in a relatively even heavy match.
Certainly does, and he's doing his job well. Kobe Bryant with a peck on Johnny Wu-Tang there. Both demos are down, and the medic down now. Kobe taking Mateo out as well.
He had used his switch screen too, just when he got taken out.
Mission ends in 60
Nice frag by McLovin. Cleans out most of the rest of time. Only 2 time up against 8. 8:32s. They take center. 54 seconds left on time's clock. 32 count from the top. If they hold on from here, they can still get another point back. Make sure to keep themselves a little closer in the game.
Stand on the points, my husband.
Nice use of the quick fix by Domer there to follow his jumping soldier, or sorry, by Vexen, to follow his jumping soldier McLovin. With those recent changes, some more people giving the quick fix a try.
Yeah, that little bit of overheal makes a big difference in terms of its desirability for players. I'm glad they actually made that change.
Absolutely, the original Uber gun just so much better than the quick fix for, well, ever since the quick fix came out. Good to see them at least make an attempt at some semblance of balance.
If you've got a lot of healing to do, the quick fix can be valuable here. And when Ubers don't come into play very often,
There's an Uber, speaking
primary
of.
outside's missing.
Alert. The control point
Exactly.
has been captured.
Blunt Spoon, sorry, Madra helps. No, it is Blunt Spoon helps lead the charge. Still taken down by Kobe Bryant, but he gets enough time for time to come in and recontrol the mid. Minute 28 left on 32's clock, 45 seconds for time.
Everybody's up on both teams.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Video doing the scout roll with the pepper gun.
Control point is being captured. Mission ends in
Gets
30
taken down out of the air. 32 making a push on the point against a Kritzkrieg heavy. Blunt Spoon and Mateo just barely keeping it alive, except here comes Dubop with an Uber from Black Widow, and time, or 32X is in fact going to take it. They have a minute 24, there's a minute 31 on the clock. If they hold it from here out, they still can get this one point, but they have to hold it all the way.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Time with a 5-man advantage,
Mission
pushing
ends
out.
in 60 seconds.
They don't even want to see that 1 point scored. They are going to take that mid. 58 remaining for 32,
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
and 58 left on the game clock, putting it beyond their reach.
5.
So we are going to see time now getting another cap. There it is, with 48 seconds remain. Time pulls to 3-0, which is what the game will end at tonight.
Yeah, nice round from time. I thought 32X's adjustments did a great job. You see, Wedge did not run away with the scoring the same way he did the first round, but they sacrificed too much and just then didn't out DM time this time.
That's a fact, and what we see with Vestingly in 18 seconds when this little glory round ends, time will have pulled ahead of 32X in the standings. Time will be going to a 5-1 record. 32X going to 4-2. Only group of drunks coming up in our next match is going to have a chance to stay ahead of time.
Absolutely.
There's the
Good
end of
match,
our first
everybody.
one.
Thank you for the sportsmanship and playing the timeout. We will see y'all next weekend.
Alright, that sends us to an intermission, and we just saw Time and 32X duking it out. Time coming out on top, 2-1 in the first half, 3-0 in the second half in a pair of close-fought, hard-fought halves. Good games to both our teams.